Hello my lovely subscribers and welcome back to another Sims 4 building video. Without further ado, let's make a house. So today, as you can see, I am making a house today, and not in any particular reason other than to make a video. And yeah, so I really like how this house turned out. I feel like I'm getting better and better at my building skills. Hopefully that as I do YouTube, it will progress a bit more. But, yeah, so I'm just gonna narrate as everything happens. And, I would like to give a little shout out to Lil Simsy because, I recently watched her, Builder's Bible series, or I guess her latest video. I think it's her latest. And it talked about some little tips, and I tried to incorporate them in this build, and I think I did pretty well at that. Yeah. So right now I'm just kind of doing the general layout, I guess, of this house, and I'm trying to pick the lights right now. And also I used a tip from Deligracy, where you take regular lights and then you put the saucer lights on top of them to create more light. And I really like this because it's just a lot easier than, and then I used what little Cindy said, or Kayla, I'm just going to call her Kayla because it's just easier. She said that something good to do is to just not really have a lot of windows, and so I kind of use those two hand in hand so that I could make this house look not too cluttered with windows. And yeah, so I really like how this house turned out. So if you want to download this house, it will be up for download on the gallery, and my origin ID is down in the description. And yeah, so right now I really struggled with the roof because I tried to make the roof look good, and I kind of failed at it. But anyways, the roof doesn't look amazing, but I think the house looks good at least, so that's what matters, right? And I mean, if you download it and you want to fix up the roof, then, you can, so, yeah. But yeah, I kind of struggled with the roof. It was kind of hard. Right over here, I added a little area for, like, a barbecue, and because of the overhang on the roof, I thought that that'd be a cute little area to put, like, a barbecue, and it kind of modernizes this house, I find, because it's not something that you'd see in this style house, but I thought maybe they'd, like, incorporate it afterwards, something, like, maybe there was the pillar before, and then the new owners, or owners since the house was originally built or something, was like, hey, I want a little barbecue here, something, I don't know. But yeah. So, one of the tips that Lil Simsy had, which it kind of changes in this, but to kind of use your stairs as a guide for how you use your layout, and I really use that. So here is when I kind of go overload with the windows, because I normally do, and then after Lil Simsy was saying not to, I was kind of like, okay, well, let's try not to, and then I still did, and then I cut down on a lot of windows. See, there's like, I put so many windows, like it's stupid amount of windows. Before I recorded this narration, I was watching SpongeBob, because SpongeBob, and on my screen right now is just Patrick just smiling at mermaids, because that's the episode I'm on. 1 episode, season 4, episode 14. So, you know, it's just like, mermaid heaven. So I decided to do, like, for the outsides, the not the siding on the house, is I wanted the bottom one to be half brick and then half siding, and then the top is just siding. And I love those houses in Sims. It really makes it look kind of realistic instead of just having a flat thing, you know, because I've seen a lot of houses that are more like that. And I changed the flooring a few times because I couldn't quite decide what one I wanted, but it's gonna change like 2 times after this, I think. And I used that white stripy, so yeah, that's the final flooring. But for the walls, I used this white stripy kind of, not old, but like older looking wallpaper, because I kind of thought it kind of fit it in a way. And originally the bathroom was going to be 3x3, but I decided to change it so that the kitchen would be bigger. And I could have just extended the walls, but I kind of liked the size it was already. And I mean, as you see here, I'm extending it anyways for a dining room. But I felt like if I extended it even more, then it would kind of look weird. So yeah, I decided to do a dining room because this is more of a family house, and I feel like in a family house they'd have like a dining room instead of like just a breakfast bar, a random table. I don't know. I feel like in this house they're just kind of more like, let's have a nice dining room, and yeah, that's what I did. And another thing that I tried to do in Lil Simsy's video, she said that to make it so that it's not like how do I say this? Like, it's not symmetrical, you know? So I really tried to do that in this one. So. Another thing I did is that she was talking about how she really liked the alleyway kitchens, and so I kind of did that. It changes from this. It's the same general shape, but it changes the counters. And where I'm putting the islands turn into a bar, because I don't know, I thought that that'd be a cool thing to have. But yeah, I changed the counters because I use those counters a lot ever since Parenthood came out. So I decided I'd do a different type of counter just because it was kind of repetitive, and I selected them because they're kind of my go-to counters now. But I was like, you know what, let's change it up. And I do use these counters a lot, but I love them, and I haven't used them lately ever since Parenthood came out. So I was like, you know what, let's do this one. And yeah, I really like this one. So yeah. The thing I don't like about islands is when you put them in, so if the counters are facing in, and then you want the island so that the overhang goes out, it's really awkward to put in. Like, you have to hit Alt, because if not, then the counters are like really out of place, and I hate that. So I really like tried to make it specific. It's the same thing with the bars, you know. And then I made that bay window so that it is kind of like, it's not cut off by the top counters or cupboards. And I once again have to make the dining room a little bigger because I really wanted the long table, because I picture a family that's kind of more, not like, it's more like, I don't know, like, has like not parties, but like has gatherings, I guess. and it's not a huge living room, but I think it's a cozy little living room. And I find I never have huge living rooms, and I always try to incorporate that 2x2, what's it called? The 2x2 coffee table from Parenthood, but I always never have room for it. So I end up just having a super, super tiny one. But I think it kind of works in this one. Like, because nothing in this house is super huge. Like, the bedrooms aren't huge. The kitchen isn't huge. The dining room is probably the biggest thing, you know? So I just did a small little thing. Like, the bathroom isn't huge. You know. And I really like the loft, how it's like a loft going upstairs. I really like that. It's, I've never really done that before. My upstairs is always very, like, doors, you know, with rooms and a hallway, and so I really, you know, didn't do that for this. So now I'm making the bedroom, and I don't know why, but I struggle with the bedroom. Because, I don't know why, but it's just kind of one of the places that I feel like makes people, you know, like my bedroom, for example. Like, I have designed this room myself. I mean, not like the shape, but everything in this room I designed. And I find when I'm doing Sims bedrooms, it's really weird because, like, I do it how I want, but then there's other Sims. Like, I don't know, I get way too, like, stinky about that. It's like, I'm like, but what if this Sim doesn't like it because it's not their style? What if, I don't know. But it's a very simple bedroom, and this house is very simple. My thoughts for this house was a house that is kind of like, not like moving, like kind of moving ready, but like the kind of house that you just want to put your own spin on. Like, there's no, there's only a little bit of clutter in the bedroom, like the master bedroom. There's only a bit of clutter in there, on the little, what's it called, the dresser. So yeah, that's the only place that there's kind of clutter and whatever. And I do make the bedroom a little smaller, and I was kind of hesitant because, again, in Little Simsy's video, she was talking about how to kind of have irregular shaped rooms, and I kind of was hesitant about it, but it was kind of the only way that I could make everything fit in this house. And with the toilet, the carpet kind of goes through the other room, but I thought that was fine, like it's behind the bed, so I was okay with that. And so up here is kind of like the kids' bedroom, and again, it's like just simple, okay? It just has two beds and a few two side tables. And I did this because I felt like, once again, if you move your Sims in here and they have two kids, I feel like you would want to customize it to your kid, or to your Sims kid, I guess. So that, you know, I didn't want to do too much stuff, you know? So, and I didn't really leave much room for that, like, by mistake. But, I was looking back at this now, I could have made the staircase only one, since it's just like a loft area. I could have just made it one, like, square, and it would have been better. And I tried to make it bigger out the other way, but it poked through the roofing, so I decided against it. And yeah, the house is finished, except for the barbecue. Gotta get that barbecue in there, and the picnic table, and then I also fix up the roof, because after I was about to take the screenshots, I realized that the roof is the plain, like, default roof, so I need to do that. So thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to become an L subscriber. Well, look at the time. I gotta go. Bye!